Nigga, who that is?
It's
dog?
Reggie.
Who the fuck is Reggie?
Came to take Megan out.
Your boy Captain America over here. The best of the best of the best, sir. With honors. He's just really excited and he has no clue why we're here.
What, you want a cookie? Hell out my face.
Asshole.
What?
You heard me?
He cracked the code to success, once seen as the poor relative from Bel Air.
So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Just for a couple of weeks.
I understand.
Yeah.
He now reigns as the last hero of a forsaken New York, a symbol of triumph over adversity.
What the hell are you? No! No! No!
Starting from very little, he rose to the top, going from being homeless to becoming a big success in business. But he didn't forget where he came from, and he became known for helping out 7 lucky people in a big way. How did he do it? Well, today on the Celeb Spot, we will tell you all about the extraordinary life of the incomparable Will Smith, the Hollywood megastar. What trials did young Will face, leading him into the shadows of his own family and childhood, and ultimately finding himself behind bars? And what inspired his rap pseudonym, Fresh Prince? Join us as we delve into the enigmatic life of Will Smith, uncovering the mysteries, triumphs and sacrifices that sculpted him into the legend we know today. So, sit back, relax and prepare to be captivated by the extraordinary tale of Will Smith unfolding before your eyes.
Detective, put your gun down.
Why do you give them faces?
Starting from a foreign place, what you've come to know about Will Smith, the alien-slaying MC and larger-than-life movie star, is quite interesting. It seems his persona was like an armor, protecting him from the outside world. But behind that tough exterior, his family had a big impact on him.
I grew up with violence in my home. I developed, a really acute emotional sense, out of defense.
Let's journey back to the roots of our star. His father, Willard Carroll Smith, whose name he proudly carries, was a product of the tough streets of North Philadelphia in the 1940s. Growing up with little supervision, young Willard developed a boldness and aggressiveness that would linger with him throughout his life. Despite his undeniable intelligence and energy, his tendency towards self-destruction remained a constant shadow. After an incomplete education and a stint in the army, Willard returned to Philadelphia. He tried his hand at various jobs, eventually finding his footing in a metallurgical plant. However, the harsh realities of racial discrimination forced him to leave and pave his own path by starting his own business. Will's mom, Caroline Elaine Bright, grew up in Homewood, a neighborhood in Pittsburgh's East Side. She was a smart student, even earning honors at Westinghouse Academy. Plus, she made history as one of the first black women to attend Carnegie Mellon University.
My mother graduated from Carnegie Mellon and she was dead serious about education. And in her mind, if you didn't have an education, you were dead.
Caroline was a go-getter, always managing her own finances. She got married for the first time when she was in her 20s and had a daughter named Pam. But the marriage didn't last long and she soon found herself wanting more out of life. So she packed up and moved to Philadelphia to live with her mother, Gigi. That's where she met Will's father at a dance in the summer of 1964. 2 years later, they tied the knot at Niagara Falls. The family moved into Caroline's mother's house and started a business together, fixing refrigerators. And on September 25, 1968, they welcomed their first child together, a son named Will. After a while, Will's parents purchased their own home, just a short distance from Gigi's. Not long after, they welcomed twins, Harry and Ellen, into the family. With Caroline's eldest daughter, Pam, there were now 6 of them living together under one roof. As the father's business thrived, The family enjoyed a comfortable life. But Willard Sr. would sometimes get drunk and become violent towards his wife and kids. Will's younger brother, Harry, always defended their mother, while sister Ellen would hide and cry. Will, on the other hand, made a decision to try to keep everyone happy.
Each of my siblings responded differently in ways that would go on to define who we were for much of our lives. If Harry was fight, Ellen was flight, and I became a pleaser. I wanted to please and placate him.
The Pursuit of Happiness star mentioned that he felt guilty for not helping his mom at that moment, and this feeling stayed with him throughout his whole life.
My young identity congealed in my mind, an unshakable feeling that no matter what I have done, no matter how successful I've become, no matter how much money I've made or how many #1 hits I've had, how many box office records I've broken, there's that subtle and silent feeling always pulsating in the back of my mind that I'm a coward, that I've failed, that I'm sorry, my mom.
Will had a special gift. He could sense and understand emotions better than most kids. He could feel anger, predict joy, and grasp sadness deeply. Plus, he was quite the daydreamer, often lost in his own imagination. These traits later paved his path to becoming a talented actor and megastar in Hollywood. His parents encouraged his love for music, making sure all their children learned to play the piano just like their mom. While Harry picked up the saxophone, Will stuck to the piano. His most memorable performance happened when he was just 11, playing Feelings by Maurice Albert at his grandmother's church. Gigi was overjoyed to hear her grandson's emotional piano rendition, and the look on her face said it all. When he was 13, Smith's parents split up, although they didn't officially divorce until around 2000. Even though Smith lived in a neighborhood where most people were black, he attended Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic School, where most kids were white. But no matter where he was, he never quite felt like he fitted in. It's like he was stuck between two worlds, not really belonging to either one. Smith then went to Overbrook High School. Some people thought he turned down a chance to go to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. But that's not true. He didn't even apply because he wanted to be a rapper. Smith did get accepted into a summer program at MIT for high school students interested in engineering, but he didn't go. His journey into music started at just 12 years old, when he was inspired by legends like Grandmaster Flash to become an MC of hip-hop. Adding a comedic twist to his rhymes, he developed a style that would define him later on. At 16, Smith met Jeff Towns at a party. These two hit it off right away and became fast friends. They shared so much in common, especially their love for music. So they decided to team up, and that's how the duo DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was born.
Here it is, a groove slightly transformed, just a bit of a break from the norm.
They were both real workaholics, spending every day working on their music. Will would often head over to his friend's house after school, where they'd hang out in Jeff's basement-turned-studio. Their dedication paid off when they participated in the 1986 New Music Seminar, an annual DJ and MC competition in New York City. It was there that DJ Jazzy Jeff was crowned the king of the DJ world. As teenagers, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince embarked on their music journey, opting for a different style than the gritty rap emerging from the West Coast. Instead, the Fresh Prince rapped about everyday teenage experiences without using explicit language. Their clean and fun songs resonated with people all over America. He was the king of comedy. No one could entertain a crowd quite like him. According to the star, humor always won.
I've been the funny guy.
Yeah.
But I grew into my ears, I guess you could say.
Will was adored by everyone, from classmates to teachers, for his knack for making everyone laugh. In the 80s, Smith's beloved teacher, Miss Brown, affectionately called him Prince Charming. At the time, the word fresh was hip-hop slang for cool. So Will cleverly merged it with his nickname, becoming known as Fresh Prince. Little did he realize that this name would soon gain worldwide recognition. Their first hit, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, came out in 1986. And just a year later, their first album, Rock the House, became a big success, making Will Smith a millionaire before he was even 18. With all that success, going to college wasn't even on his mind. However, choosing not to attend college was a decision that not everyone in the family fully supported.
When I told her I wasn't going to college because I wanted to rap, you know, it was
doesn't
really...
know you're going to be Will Smith.
Yeah. She had no idea, and you know,
Wow.
So my father's let me have a year. So I had a year that I could go try to do rap music, and then after that I was gonna have to go to college. And within that year, we won the first Grammy ever given to a rap artist.
In 1988, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince achieved further success with their album He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper. This album included hit singles like Parents Just Don't Understand, Brand New Funk, and Nightmare on My Street, which were well received by radio audiences. Notably, the album made history by winning the first ever Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance, solidifying the duo's place in music history. Surprisingly, they decided to boycott the ceremony itself.
The first year that the Grammys recognized rap.
Yeah.
So they had a rap category, and we actually boycotted because they weren't televising it. But Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince ended up winning the first Grammy ever given to a rap artist.
It was around 1988 when Will Smith found himself in financial trouble after spending his earnings lavishly. Facing difficulties paying taxes, he had to work hard to overcome his financial woes. The situation became dire when the Internal Revenue Service demanded $2.8 billion in taxes from him. To make matters worse, his belongings were confiscated and his savings seized in the name of taxes. In 1989, Smith faced additional challenges when he was arrested in connection with an alleged attack on his record promoter, William Hendrix. Fortunately, the final verdict of the case ruled in Smith's favor, and all charges against him were dropped.
You know, getting into the fight at the radio station, that, you know, Charlie punching the dude that landed me in jail. So the money is gone, the car's gone. I'm laying on the floor.
Realizing the need to turn things around, Smith decided to get serious about his career. He signed a contract with the American TV broadcaster NBC and began working on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
You're also a disadvantaged inner city youth, I hear. Yeah, man, what's with him?
It's a tan.
This marked a new chapter in Smith's life as he embarked on a journey to rebuild his career and reputation. The sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which aired from 1990 to 1996, starred Will Smith as a fictionalized version of himself.
When we first started the show, we were trying to come up with names for the characters, and we're going through and we're talking about it, and Alfonso pulled me aside. He said, man, let me tell you something. He said, whatever your character's name is, people are gonna call you that for the rest of your life. He said, make your character's name Will Smith.
A street-smart teenager from West Philadelphia who is sent to live with his wealthy relatives in their mansion in Bel Air, Los Angeles after getting into trouble. The clash of cultures and lifestyles between Will and his upper-class relatives, the Banks family, provides much of the show's humor and storylines. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air quickly became a cultural phenomenon, known for its memorable characters, catchphrases, and an iconic theme song. In 1991, on the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Will met Sherry Zampino. Interestingly, he had hoped instead to meet actress Jada Pinkett. Will teased Sherry about her birthplace, Schenectady, New York. They hit it off and got married in 1992. The same year their son Trey was born. Sadly, their marriage didn't last, and they divorced in 1995.
I've never met another person that I connect with in conversation more blissfully and productively than Jada.
Will's hope of meeting Jada finally eventuated in 1990 when she auditioned for a role on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Although she didn't land the role, they got together a few years later and got married in a small ceremony in 1997. Their marriage has been the subject of much talk and controversy, particularly after the infamous incident between Smith and host Chris Rock at the 2022 Academy Awards. Will and Jada have 2 kids together, Jaden, born in 1998, and Willow, born in 2000. Will also sees Trey, his son from his first marriage, as part of their family.
My oldest son, Trey, is the one. Trey is definitely the biggest bad boys fan.
In addition to his musical talents, Smith found success in acting, starring in numerous films. Let's look at some of his most notable movies. In 1992, he portrayed a streetwise mentor named Manny in the drama Where the Day Takes You.
Yeah, bust your ass, boy. I told you to get up with this boy in this wheelchair. Hey, man, it's one of the advantages to being crippled.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Manny guides a group of homeless teenagers through the challenges of life on the streets of Los Angeles. 6 Degrees of Separation came out in theaters at the end of 1993 and everyone loved it. People were surprised to see Will Smith in the role of Paul.
There's no such thing as luck, just what you make.
Well, I think we're lucky having this dinner.
A charming and enigmatic young man who infiltrates the lives of a wealthy New York couple by pretending to be the son of actor Sidney Poitier. Even though Paul isn't directly connected to everyone in the story, he still stirs things up. His actions make the couple question their beliefs and desires. Paul's presence shows how everyone's lives are connected, even if it's not through 6 people. His performance in this role received critical acclaim for its depth and complexity. Will's next venture paired him with Martin Lawrence in the action comedy Bad Boys in 1995.
Take care of this, please.
Gotta call the wife.
Whose wife?
Can you please do some work? One time today, just do something.
Man,
do something that helps this case.
Martin reached out to Will with a script about 2 Miami cops who swap roles to solve a crime. One's a family man, the other a wealthy bachelor. Director Michael Bay, new to feature films, was hired. At the first script reading, producers were disappointed and tossed the pages. Surprisingly, this fueled the actors' creativity. Despite the chaotic production, Will and Martin's chemistry was remarkable.
Literally the first moment that we were back together, like the chemistry is so crazy.
Just there.
And it's like Martin as a comedian is wildly unique.
Martin stopped worrying about his lines as they improvised on set. Will, who bulked up for the role, impressed with a shirtless scene.
I wanted to have my shirt on, and Michael was like, dude, I'm gonna make you a freaking movie star. Take your shirt off.
1996 saw the release of the legendary movie Independence Day, directed by Roland Emmerich. In this movie about an alien invasion, Will portrays the character Captain Stephen Hiller, a skilled and brave fighter pilot in the US Marine Corps. Hiller becomes a key figure in the fight against extraterrestrial invaders who threaten Earth's existence. Here, our hero defines his character.
The Marine fighter pilots are the roughnecks, you know, the down and dirty kind of pilots. And that's kind of how I wanted to play this guy. You know, they're really arrogant and strong and just willing to get dirty.
Independence Day took Smith's acting versatility to a different level, to the amazement of his adoring fans, and especially his loving family and parents.
Independence Day came out and broke all of these box office records, and it was huge. And I remember that Monday morning, and my father calls me, and I'm, hey, hello, and he said, man, you see these numbers? I said, yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
The film grossed over $817 million worldwide making it the highest-grossing film of 1996 and the second highest-grossing film ever at the time, behind the 1993 movie Jurassic Park. Another science fiction film script that attracted Will was centered on a secret bureau overseeing alien activities on Earth. Men in Black hit theaters on the 2nd of July 1997, exactly 1 year after Independence Day. Director Barry Sonnenfeld had Smith in mind for the role, skipping the audition process altogether, despite initial concerns about the film being too similar to Independence Day. Smith initially turned down the role after consulting with his manager. However, producer Steven Spielberg was determined to recruit him and personally convinced Smith to join the project. Tommy Lee Jones became Smith's on-screen partner, with memorable scenes like the one in the car.
Push the little red button. And you may want to put on a seatbelt.
In the 2001 biopic Ali, which portrays the life of boxing legend Muhammad Ali, Smith seized the chance to reclaim his cinematic prowess. He played the legendary boxer and worked really hard to get into character.
The process of becoming Muhammad Ali was the most grueling process that I've ever been through in my life. It was a year's worth of training.
Even though the movie didn't do as well at the box office as expected, Smith's performance was so good that he got nominated for an Academy Award for the first time. Will's celluloid journey continued in 2002 and 2003 when our hero took on surprising roles in Men in Black 2 and Bad Boys 2. Continuing with the sci-fi action vibe, Smith starred in iRobot in 2004, in which he plays Del Spooner.
Detective, what are you doing?
He said they've all been programmed with the 3 laws, so that means we have 1,000 robots that will not try to protect themselves if it violates a direct order from a human.
A detective investigating a murder involving robots in a futuristic society. The movie was a success, earning over $144 million in the domestic box office. In the 2006 movie The Pursuit of Happiness, Will played a real-life character named Chris Gardner, a struggling salesman and single father trying to make ends meet. Will's son Jaden portrayed his character's son, Christopher Gardner Jr.
One day, a man was drowning in the water, and a boat came by and said, "Do you need any help?" He said, "No, thank you, God will save me." Then another boat came by, said, "Do you need any help?" And he said, "No, thank you, God will save me."
Gardner faced numerous challenges, including homelessness and financial hardship, as he pursues his dream of a better life for himself and his son. Smith poignantly captures Gardner's determination, resilience, and unwavering commitment to overcoming adversity. Through his performance, Smith brings depth and humanity to the character, earning critical acclaim for his portrayal of Gardner's inspiring journey toward success and happiness. Between 2007 and 2020, Smith enjoyed an unbroken series of successes, starring in I Am Legend, Hancock, 7 Pounds, Men in Black 3, Focus, Suicide Squad, Aladdin, Gemini Man, and Bad Boys for Life. In 2021, Smith's autobiography titled Will, co-authored with Mark Manson, opens with a journey toward inner harmony, aiming to tackle weaknesses and fears. It's a vibrant tapestry of humor, insight, wisdom, and personal experiences. Published in 2021, the book caught Oprah Winfrey's attention, leading her to invite Will for an interview to explore its central theme.
Oprah is like the book lady of the world. So when Oprah likes your book, people listen.
And
so
she doesn't make it up either. She wouldn't say that.
She would never say that. She got me crying.
In the same year, the film King Richard saw Smith playing another real-life role of Richard Williams, the father and coach of tennis legends Venus and Serena Williams. His portrayal earned him many awards, including the Academy Award for Best Actor.
And the Oscar goes to...
Will Smith!
King Richard.
always, we have saved the best for last. Here are some fascinating tidbits about Will Smith. To promote his movie Hitch in 2005, Will Smith set a Guinness World Record by attending red carpet premieres in London, Manchester and Birmingham within 12 hours. Will Smith's fascination with space led him to train at Russia's Star City Cosmonaut Training Center in 2009, the same program that trained the first human in space, Yuri Gagarin. Believe it or not, Will originally auditioned for the role of Carlton on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. The creators were so impressed, they wrote the lead role specifically for him. Will Smith's journey is full of ups and downs. Throughout his life, Will has experienced love, loss, and rediscovery. According to Smith, nothing can make you happy.
There's literally nothing that can make you happy. That happy is an internal, and you reconcile that you gotta make happy in here.
His path isn't just that of a hero. It's the journey of an ordinary person facing challenges with determination and hard work. Despite the controversies, he has earned worldwide recognition through his resilience and dedication.
I felt like I had suffered enough in my life that I could give advice. You know, it feels like you can't give advice until you've earned it.
Here's what's coming up for Will Smith in the movie world. Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Get ready for the 4th installment of the action comedy series Bad Boys, set to hit theaters on June 7th, 2024. Will Smith is back as Detective Mike Lovery, teaming up once again with Martin Lawrence as Detective Marcus Burnett. I Am Legend 2 is in pre-production. Fans of the 2007 thriller I Am Legend can look forward to a sequel. Will Smith is set to return alongside Michael B. Jordan. The Council is also in pre-production. In this crime drama, Will Smith takes on the role of Nicky Barnes, a notorious drug kingpin in 1970s Harlem. While Will is set to star, we are still waiting on an official release date. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Celeb Spot. Until next time, stay inspired and keep reaching for your own Hollywood dreams. Goodbye for now.
You need to get a job.
I'm a U.S. Marine, sir.
Well, then you need to deploy.